So, Claire, thank you so much for coming down tonight. You were the first person I thought of when I wanted to launch this YouTube channel for Car for Gyms, because we had a little conversation one day at the door where I said how gorgeous you looked. I think it was your birthday, and you were like, yeah, and you'd seen somebody on the running machine and you wanted to say to them to keep going because that's where you used to be. Yeah. And I was like, what? You weren't always in this shape because you're so slim and gorgeous and glam. And you were like, no, I wasn't always in this shape. Yeah. So I'm trying to interview members that I think would be inspiring, because people would look at you and think, oh, it's easy for her, she's in great shape. But you weren't always. So I wanted to ask you a little bit about that. And
yeah, sure.
How was it with your weight? Has that been something all your life, or tell me about it?
I kind of got a job in my early 20s in London, and a lot of socialising and eating out and drinking after work, and it kind of just crept up over a few years really. So I didn't notice it too much until I was buying the next size up, and then I was having to get another size up. And then one day I was only about 24, 25, and I was buying size 18. And I just thought, oh, you know, size 18. And then driving to work one day, my tummy was sitting on my lap. Wow. And I looked down and I just thought, you know, I really need to sort this out. So I had a friend of mine who said, come to the gym. And I was just not that person. I was shy, I was embarrassed, but it was a quiet gym. Everyone was really nice, and she just started off really slowly, just on the treadmill, doing a bit of walking, a few minutes running. Then we gradually built it up, sort of running more and more. And then she started introducing me to some of the machines, and I started to see the results. And it was a really long, slow process, but I made it my thing that every morning before I went to work, I would go to the gym and do a workout. And it took a long time. It wasn't an overnight thing. When I met Matthew at 27, I was gone from a size 18 to a size 14.
Wow, okay.
And then he proposed, and I had a wedding looming in a year and a half. And that really then spurred me on to really get into my exercise and watch what I was eating. I've never dieted because I really like food, but I've always been conscious of what I'm eating. So I've never sort of been one of these people that just lives off salads. But I will always make good food choices. Okay. Sort of, you know, try and cook from fresh, try not to eat things like pies, you know, I know the sort of things that I shouldn't really have. And I'll have a pizza at the weekend and things like that, but we generally cook from scratch, which just, I think tastes better anyway, half the time. And then when I got married, I was a size 10.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was great. And then I have stayed between a 10 and a 12 now for 23 years.
Wow.
And that's just coming to the gym. Now I look at people in here and I can see some people are striving to like really push themselves, and that's great. I can't, that's not really interesting for me. For me, it's just about keeping it, maintaining it. I'm not looking to, you know, if I'm going on holiday, I might come and, you know, really try for sort of, you know, do a bit extra sort of thing to get in that bikini, but I'll drop that, and then as soon as I go on holiday, that'll go back on anyway. But it's literally, I come to the gym or run, I exercise at least 4 times a week.
Right, so that's what I wanted to ask you. So if you've managed to maintain this look for 20 odd years, right, and you've got kids, haven't you?
Yeah.
Just for people watching, how many kids you got?
2.
2,
and
okay.
They're 10-pound babies.
They were big babies.
Oh, it's huge.
So if you've managed to stay in this amazing shape, and I'll get you to do a twirl in a minute as well, so people can see you.
Oh,
no, what are the secrets? Can you say maybe like 3 things that you think you've stuck to that have kept you staying sort of this size for 20 years?
Yeah, I definitely would say cardio for me. I have recently been doing more weights, and I have noticed that my shape has changed.
Right.
To keep slim, I like to do my cardio, but I have noticed that since I've been doing more weights, I've noticed my shape has changed, and I actually prefer my shape doing the weights. Okay. But I probably need to do that a bit more, but the head still says I need to do that cardio to keep the weight up.
And it's worked for you. And what does cardio mean to you?
Well, I like running, so getting the heart rate up, you know, I mean, I don't know what a normal run would be. For me, I would run between sort of 5 and 7 miles.
Wow, okay.
If that's some people might say that's a lot, but for me that's just an hour's run.
Right.
Because I train for an hour, so that's what I have. I have an hour a day because I also have a dog that I walk as well.
Okay.
So she has a walk every day, which is about 45 minutes. So
okay,
that's every day.
Right. So cardio has been key for you for
Absolutely.
20 years.
And I try and teach my brain to do more weights.
Okay, as well.
Yeah, I would like to, but it's really hard because my head tells me I need the cardio to keep the weight off. But yeah, definitely do that. And just like I say, don't think you're ever on a diet. I think just change the way you look at food and kind of get to know. I do my Fitness Pal app.
Yeah,
and that's
right.
really good.
Okay.
Because you can kind of see your calories and what you're eating and stuff, and know if you're going a little bit over and bringing it back down. So,
excellent.
yeah.
Okay, so those have been like your main things that have kept you in this shape for 20 years.
Yeah.
And how long have you been training here at Carrefour Gym?
Oh God. I think I came here just after I had my daughter, and she's now just turned 17. So.
Wow. Okay, so many of those years you've been using this gym.
Yeah.
And do you feel that, does it encourage you to go to the gym if it's like a friendly environment?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's one thing I don't like is I don't do many classes, and that's not because the classes aren't good. I have an issue with people almost watching me.
Okay, yeah.
So if I'm in a class and you're having to do things, or you're in a spinning class, I love them, but I'd like to be at the back, because I've got a thing about, that's probably why I don't do many personal training. So I'm really being watched.
Yeah, you
so
feel
it's just
pressure.
my comfort zone that I come in, I get on with it. And in this gym, I find everyone is really friendly and they're not judgmental.
Yeah.
I couldn't go in a gym where everyone is absolutely body beautiful,
Right.
and it's all competition. Carrefour's not like that at all, and that's why I'm in my comfort zone in here, because everyone is just doing their own thing, doing the workout, and there's no sort of, you know.
Yeah, cliquey, horrible, sort of bitchy or anything
Some
like
gyms,
that.
I mean, I walk past Fitness First and they're all at the bottom, and I would die of death looking out a window like that.
It's not your cup of tea, right?
No, I like to just keep myself to myself and just come in, quietly get on with my workout and go.
Now, if you could give any words of wisdom to people that you sometimes see that have got a lot of weight to lose maybe, and you see them in the gym, what would your words of wisdom be to people that are just seeking to get in their best shape?
I would say it will get easier, and it will become part of the norm. And for me, it's just a part of my life. It's not I'm going to the gym. It's part of my daily routine. I don't even think about it. And I think when it becomes that, and it also does get easier, I know that people, I know when I was bigger, I used to feel that breathing was awful, but it does become easier, and it just becomes your daily life. And once that happens, it's so much easier, and it will stay off, the weight will stay off. And I say to anyone that wants to lose weight, you have to exercise. You can't just do it on diet. Exercise is so important. And also makes you feel better, and also it's really good for your mental health, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. This is so inspiring. Can you stand up and give us a little twirl so people can see the amazing shape that you're in? Look at this beautiful lady, which is what made me reach out to you in the first place, because people would look at you and think it's all right for you.
Yeah.
But this is important to show people that everybody's got a story, and it isn't always easy for everyone.
No.
And so success leaves clues, so now people can hear what you've said and maybe sort of feel inspired that you didn't give up. And you really changed shape, but more importantly, you've kept it off for 20 odd years. So it is possible to do that.
Absolutely, and it isn't that difficult as long as it becomes a part of your life and not something you think you're doing for 6 months to then go back to your old life. It has to be a way of life forever. Exercise is a way of life. Try and eat as clean as I can sort of during the week, and at the weekends I have treats, and I still have chocolate every day because
you just fit it in and just track it in.
A little bit of chocolate, but not a massive bit, but a bit of a treat and stuff. And I have a glass of wine at the weekends as well. I don't during the week because I can't really work out when I've had a glass. That hurts too much.
No, this is all good advice. And then at the end of this video, I'm going to put your pictures up that you kindly sent to me in there, like old school. God. They're proper like Polaroid type one, which I love it. And tell us, how old were you when those pictures were taken?
I would probably been about 23 years old in those photos. I actually was bigger than that, but then there isn't photos of me because I was you know, one of those
Didn't
people
like
that
it.
didn't like having my photo taken at all. So.
And one last question, actually, I was going to finish before, but I wanted to ask, mentally, do you identify as a slim, gorgeous person, or do you still feel like you're that person back then?
No, I don't think of myself as a slim person, and I still buy a size bigger than I am, and I'm always sending clothes back because they're too big, because my head always thinks that I am a size bigger than what I actually am. And my friends say to me all the time, you know, why did you buy that? And I thought I would be that size. I still sometimes think I'm probably a 12, but really I buy a 10 and I comfortably get in it. But my brain is, am I 12, am I 14? Even though you don't see a slim person in the mirror. And when people say you're slim, you go, I'm not slim.
Well, let me tell you now, on behalf of myself, who's seen many bodies over the last 4 years, because that's my job, and on behalf of Car4 Gym and all the viewers watching this, you look incredible.
Oh.
Your figure is fantastic, so stop buying sizes that are too big.
No, my friends are going to say it.
Thank you so much for giving your time tonight, coming down on a Friday night, and appreciate that. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Take care.
Thank you. Bye.